So today is the 23rd of June and it's really hot. It's been hot and dry for about 4 days now. So we're hoping that today the grass that we've been cooking since Monday will be hay now to feed the sheep throughout the winter. And we're hoping that the rain stays off long enough to get it baled and get it in. Otherwise it'll be ruined really. So it's a bit tense. So this is the hay. You can see it's all in nice rows, ready for the baler. If you get in amongst it, you can really hear it. It's so dry, and it has to be dry because we're not wrapping it in plastic. It needs to be dry, otherwise it'll start to rot and it can even set on fire. It's funny stuff, is hay. And then in the distance, in a minute, you can hear the big tractors. And they're making silos, so that's still our fodder. We're on our fields, but that's for the cows. Cows and sheep have a very different diet. Sheep quite like something quite dry, something that's not going to cause them any stomach upsets. But there's not a lot of feed quality in hay. But the silage that they're making, it's quite wet, it doesn't need any drying out. It's not like the hay at all in that respect. This takes 3-4 days of hot sunshine to make it. But the silo was cut yesterday and just rode up. And the difference is that gets compacted down by a tractor in a clamp. And so all the air is compressed out, and then we wrap it with plastic on the top, so that can be wet, and that way it just has more feed value because it's more like the grass that was growing, whereas this is a bit like eating dried fruit. It's not as good as having a banana. Quite nasty clouds starting to gather, and it does forecast rain later this evening, so the pressure's really on a bit now. We need to get it baled and inside before it rains, otherwise that rain will work its way out by rotting the hay whilst it's in the barn, and the winter fodder will be ruined. Yeah. So we got the hay in last night. A stack of hay inside a barn is called a moo, and this is one of 2 moos that we made last night, just as it started to rain as well, so it was very tense, quite stressful, but there's lots of people came to help, and it's all over. Hay in the barn is like money in the bank, and this is what our sheep will live on this winter. But the cow's winter feed is still got something to be done with it. We're going to go and sheet it up, so we're going to wrap it in clean film effectively, and then a big black plastic sheet just to keep the water out and keep it compact, dry, and hopefully preserve it for the winter. Oh, having a good time. So the top layer's gone on, we're putting the black plastic on now. And it still looks like rain.